So the radical left is now they're saying all sorts of stories just because I said the Smithsonian, which used to be a very respected museum, and now nobody respects it. They're sort of obsessed with slavery and showing all the bad of slavery, and yet they won't show the good. And I'm not saying, excuse me, no, you're not going to get me caught. I'm not saying slavery was all good. There was bad parts too, but you got to show both parts if we're being fair. And instead, they want to tear down America and just say that everything was bad. Everything was so bad. America so bad just because we had, I don't know, 300, 400 years of slavery. But they don't talk about what about Britney Spears? Remember Britney? You know, you used to be able to say it's Britney, bitch. Remember that? Now they probably would say cancel you for saying that. But she used to be very strong in terms of bitch. And she also had a beautiful song that I actually danced with Ivanka to at her Sweet 16 called I'm a Slave for You. And yeah, Britney Spears wasn't crying in the song, wasn't being abused. She was happy. She was very happy dancing with a snake, very sort of good abdominal terms of strength and fitness. And she was happy. And she was saying, I'm a slave for you. But they don't want to tell you that part of slavery. No, they don't. They want to talk about all the other stuff, and we have to do both. So we're going to introduce a Britney Spears I'm a Slave for You exhibit at the Black Museum where they do all the slavery talk. And before I finish, here's a nice, they call it a cosign from a black, Tim Scott, on how I'm not saying slavery was all good.
It has been the greatest honor of my life to work for Mr. Donald, President Trump, and I assure the American people that he hates slavery with every bone in his beautiful body, because when I would shine his shoes in the White House, he would insist on tipping me because he hated unpaid labor that much. Thank you, Mr. Donald.
Thank you so much, Tim. You've always been one of the good ones. And in conclusion, I'd like everybody to go watch a special that I did called Trump versus Canada. It's a lot of people are saying it's probably the best special, even better than Gutfeld. So go watch it wherever well, it's YouTube. They say YouTube. Well, I would call it MeTube, but it's on YouTube. And it's a big, beautiful special called Trump versus Canada. Bye-bye. Slavery wasn't all bad. Elbows up. How stupid is that? In America, we fight with fists.